Is it possible to have a midlife crisis at age 37? You know, I looked it up, what's the average lifespan of the average American male, and it's something like 78.9. So when you do the math, okay, double my age, I'm a couple years shy of the average lifespan of an American male, but pretty much I'm in the right range to honestly be halfway through my life. I mean, I'm pretty close, assuming I live as long as the average American male. And that's weird to think out loud, isn't it? That like by your late 30s, you're already about halfway through your life. When we midlife crisis, someone who's in their 40s and 50s, late 40s or 50s, and they buy a convertible and all that. But I'm like, that's not really midlife. Like, this is midlife. And what does a midlife crisis look like when you're 37? And this is sort of some of the honest things I've been sorting out right now. Okay, so I'm in a comfortable position, married, 2 kids, paid off cars. We've got good jobs, and we're good at managing our money, savings, paying off the mortgage, all those things. But I think part of the crisis part of it is you get to a point, sometimes, some days you think, so do I get to really enjoy any of this? Like, I'm working so hard to provide for my family along with my wife, and we don't even see each other that much. We don't see even our kids that often, really. Even when they get home like they're about to, then it's a matter of hurrying for dinner and hurrying for bed. And it's like, for me, okay, I have had the same car for like 13 years. I'm happy that it's paid off and that's good. But it's like, in my dream, in my mind, I would love a Jeep Wrangler. Well, I could eventually do that once we get more in savings and more paid off on the mortgage. But even if I did get my said Jeep Wrangler, then what would happen? I would drive it 18 miles to work and 18 miles back every day. And it seems sort of ironic or pointless to want this awesome car to drive to work simply for the sake of making money to pay off the house, which that's great, and child's college and retirement, all those important things. But when you're in it, age 37, you don't really get to appreciate all that. So it sort of definitely feels like the hamster wheel situation, right? So it's one of those things. I'm grateful for my life, but in my midlife, I'm recognizing that this is why it's so important to be able to live in the moment the best you can and be appreciative for all that you have when you are truly living your life and not just running around, which so much of life is. So this is me unpacking my thoughts about ultimately what it means to feel like I'm in a midlife crisis of sorts, because I do so much to make a living that I start to wonder, what is my living? Because I feel like I don't see my own family enough. And ultimately, I'm planning for this future in 30 years or whenever it's going to be when I retire. And, I guess that's part of my motivation in being a vegan, that hopefully I can still be in good health when that time comes, when I can finally retire. So, to me, that's what it's like to have a midlife crisis at age 37. What are your thoughts on that right here?